Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week, we've got some more Squidmar. Yeah, you know what? Out of each one of those paint sets came a model. And in the fantasy paint set came this shaman. And looks like, I think Lucas did the painting on this one. I can't remember, but he did some OSL from below. And I have some art, and I'll show you the box art and this and that. And that's what we're going to try to mimic today. And we're also going to keep it very, very simple. I'm not going to get too crazy into the blending and softening out some of my lines and things like that. You know, that's for a later date. This is just for fun, just to knock it out and check this stuff out. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys in there. All right, here we go. This is the model from Squidmar's Fantasy Paint Set. This a Dark Shaman or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Don't know the lore behind it or anything, but it's a pretty cool model. Really cool sculpt. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of OSL right here with the glowing ground. And if you look here, we'll take a look at the box. You can see here. Whoops, let's back off a little bit. You can see there that it's you know, it's glowing like it's lava, and we're getting the OSL from the bottom coming up. So we're going to do a quick green, and we got a brown on the back. We got some black browns maybe for the back of it. You know, the tunic here, pretty straightforward, some browns. But the focal point is going to be that OSL, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to move forward first with a dark green, kind of like we did last week. It's funny how we're starting with the green. We're going to start with the green. We're going to get all that skin and move forward. All right, let's do it. Alright, so the base green's going on real nice, real simple. I mean, this is basic, right? We're just kind of getting it everywhere. Being a little careful on some areas, but not necessarily. So, this, man, I really do love this paint. I'm just really liking it. It's very forgiving. Goes on great. Alright, let's see where these midtones are going to stand here. Oof. It's okay. It's a little bright, but it'll do. It'll dull down here in a second. I always say that, and it's wet. You remember, these paints change. They're very bright, and then they dull down. Let's just get that face real quick. Again, you can see I'm not being very careful. I'm just getting this mid-tone everywhere. Just on the hires, not worrying about the crevices or anything like that. Real quick, you can see this in real time. I'm just getting it on. Hitting a few areas a couple times over, right? Get those, oops, clip that a little bit. That's okay, I'll fix that. Alright, so pretty much the midtone's done. You know, I did a little mixture of the Cayman and the dark green. Right here, put a little more on the top of the knees, just on the higher areas, right? Hard to tell when the mid-tone, it's very, very subtle. We're going to start moving into that Cayman green here now. Alright, let's do it. Alright, I'm just going to try this on the knuckles because I'm not quite sure where this is going to go. Gotta be careful. It's definitely much. Yeah, man, this is. Alright, well, that might be. I might have to go back over with the green. We'll see. I'm not quite sure I like this. It's okay. That's not bad. again, we're going to do some OSL on this front anyway, so I'm just kind of getting the midtones here. I'm going to cover some of that up with OSL, and that's alright. And again, we're just being quick and we're simple. I'm not trying to be too precise here. I'm not trying to win any awards. We're just going to knock this out, checking these paints out, checking this model out. Alright. I think that's pretty good for now. And what I'll do is I'll get a little of that darker green and I'll water it down a little bit, and I'll kind of filter over that green to kind of dull it down a little bit and make it stand out. And we'll go ahead and do that next. Yeah, there we go. Get that cheek ball there. Alright, let's do the filter. Alright, I think that's good for now. It's looking pretty good. We'll get a green filter on there, a green wash, to kind of blend that together, and then we'll come back and highlight it a little more. But not necessarily, because we're going to do that OSL and cover most of that up. So I think the green's good for now. But if you were just going to leave it like that, that'd be perfect. You could get away with that. It looks really nice. It's very simple. Not a ton of blending. Just a quick base, mid-tone, and a fuzzy highlight. So, okay, let's move on to, I think we can get that log. Let's get that brown going and just get the base color for that. And that will be kind of what we did last week. The only really brown in this set is a dark rust. And we'll use that. All right, let's do it. Looks like this log goes all the way up here. Get that. Now I did the shoes brown, and I'm gonna do this this fur brown, and I'm just gonna highlight it a little different than I am the wood. And again, we're gonna do that OSL down here, and it's gonna cover quite a bit of it up because we've got to do it from below up. So that's good. All right, so let's finish up this brown here. It's just looks like a swampy log or tree that she's hanging on to here. So we'll just finish up this brown, and then we'll start moving in. And we're going to get this as well. And, we'll highlight the log different than we do the fur. And maybe I'll do that black. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it brown. Maybe I'll do it black. We'll see. But let's finish up this log with this brown. All right. As I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do all of this rust brown. I think that'll work out because the OSL, the tunic and the brown, it's kind of in the background, right? And again, we're gonna do some of this moss. We'll do some green on here, on the log a little bit. But I think we're gonna finish. We're just gonna paint the rest of this with this brown and highlight them different from there. Because looking at the artwork, yeah, that's pretty much brown. So that's the route we're going to go. All right, let's do it. All right, there we go. We got that base brown all over. That's going to look really nice. And we'll do a little more highlighting on the back because it's going to be less highlighted from the bottom from the lava. I believe that's lava. I'm not quite sure what that is. Looks like little lava blobs or man, I'm not quite sure. But that in the photo, it looks like lava. So that's what we're going to do. And now I think we can move on. I think I'll hit that skull. I'll get that staff. And just get all the base, and I'll get the base of a burnt red for the bottom down there, and we'll go from there. All right, let's do it. I went back and I painted the skull and the staff the same dark rust brown, because I'm actually gonna do some deck tan over the top of this skull, and maybe just a little gray on the staff, just to give it a little bit of color, because again, it's pretty much all about the OSL. Alright, so let's move on to the deck tan for the skull. Alright, I've added a little bit more of the deck tan to the brown to give this some higher highlights up here. Yeah, it looks really nice. Alright, right here I just did a quick gray and gray highlight. I used deck tan to bring it out, the highlight. I did a dark gray deck tan, and I add just a little more deck tan to give it. And again, we're probably going to do a little bit of OSL over that. Or not probably, we are. And I'm actually getting a little nervous because I'm going from below, and I'm not quite sure how we're going to go out here. But the model's turning out great. This paint is terrific, and I'm going to be using a new airbrush today. I'm looking forward to this, and we're gonna see how I definitely thought I was gonna be able to get away with no wash, but I'm gonna have to get some wash in some of those areas, and that's fine. I'm gonna have to brighten up those teeth. I'm just not quite sure. I think where we need to be to start the OSL. I take that back. I do need to highlight or midtone this the stump, and I'll be doing that with dark rust and Cayman green. Alright, let's do it. Added a little bit more of the Cayman green so we can get some of these vines. Alright, here we go. We're going to do a little bit of OSL from the bottom here. You got to be real subtle. Okay, here I did a little bit more off camera, but what I did is I popped my airbrush just real lightly, you know, all the way around. You know, you can see the skull. I got the bottles, and I did a little bit halfway up these bottles. I don't know what those are called, but you got all that down there real nice and subtle. You can still see some of the original color coming through, and I got it all up in here, so you can. Looks like it's definitely coming from below. Alright, so now we're going to start adding a little bit of the orange to the red. So hot orange with, where is it? Burnt red. Alright, let's do it. Okay, I think a little goes a long way here. That orange mixed with that burnt red really stands out. She's looking really nice now. Look at that. And now we're going to start introducing sun yellow. I'm going to add this into the mix. I'm not going to go orange. I'm going to go straight sun yellow and just in this mix now and see where it goes. It should be nice. It should give a nice little crisp pop right in here. And we're only going to do it right in here and maybe along this edge. All right, let's do it. All right, here we go. This should be the last highlight, and this is going to be pretty bright, and it's just going to be on the very bottom edges. Alright, there we go. I think we're done with the airbrush and the OSL, and now it's just back to the brush. That looks really nice. We got a nice little simple transition. We'll come in here, we'll make that little bubble pop, and we'll highlight some of this edge here to brighten it up a little bit. And actually we'll come back and highlight that green just a little bit. And then we're going to put a little bit of wash in the skull and a couple of little areas. But that's looking really good. I'm really happy with that. You know, it's funny, I stress out about these things. You know, it could probably be a little brighter, but, you know, it is what it is. I like it. And actually, it's more actually like the art. Actually, let me pull theirs out a little bit here. You know, I'm pretty close there. And that's what I was going for. All right, yeah, I'm okay. We're on track here. We're on track here. I thought I was a little off, but nope, this is nice. So we're gonna come in and use a little bit of the actual bright yellow and highlight some of those edges to make it pop. All right, let's do it. I left out a key element, and you know, and I didn't put it on camera, and I apologize. I took the last color, the last highlight I did, and I sprayed the lava down below. Just gave it, and I focused more on the bubble and the ripples right there to give it that really pop. So now it looks like it's really coming from underneath. Man, I can't believe I forgot that. Wow, boom, there it is. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to that yellow. We're gonna start highlighting just some key areas to make it pop just a little more. All right, let's do it. All right, I'm going back here and kind of bringing that green back with that last color I had. Looks a little better. Right down the top here. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out, but I just got to be real careful where I keep it. All right, let's go in and highlight the key areas. Gonna get these bubbles here and these ripples. I think that's important. Being very careful, very subtle, except for right there. I wasn't paying attention because I was looking at the camera. Alright, this is looking really nice. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not. I thought about just leaving it as is, but this is good. Yeah. Dropping a little shade in the skull here. Alright, there we go. Pretty much done. I've got to do a matte varnish. I may paint that black, but I kind of like the glow, so we'll see. Other than that, I may highlight that skull. That's about it. But man, what a cool little mini. And we used the art to do, so the art left us the map of where we wanted to go. So this is perfect. I mean, if you can find some art and you can get it and you can just kind of stick to the plan, and look at it, perfect. Looks really great. Well, there you have it, guys. Squidmar Fantasy Set Miniature. Man, what a cool little shaman. You know, you don't have to do the OSL on this. We opted to follow the box art on this one because I mean it's a fantastic paint job. And again, I think Lucas, out of the two, out of Emil and Lucas over there at Squidmar, he's the one who painted this one, I believe. And I believe they have a video on it. I'll see if I can put the link in the description down below. Anyway, this is my version, and again, we kept it real simple. We didn't worry about blending our lines together and softening things up. We just kind of got to the point here and just kept our brush strokes, you know, solid, and we didn't get too involved. Anyway, what a fun little paint. And next week we've got coming up, we've got the third miniature from, I think this is the Dark Future set. The Dark Future set. It's an elf, and this one actually came with two heads. But I opted the one with the bald one, a little easier to paint. But anyway, guys, stay tuned for that. We got a lot more. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Oh, hey, check this out. This, you know what? Let's stop. Brakes. I wanted to say that, you know, I didn't get a chance to use this, the airbrush, the Infinity CR Plus Squidmar version. I used my old one because I just wasn't prepared, and I think instead of having a cameo in one of my videos, I would like to actually, you know, do a whole video on it. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll catch you next week.